Winn High School ROTC. Please remain standing throughout the entire ceremony and remain silent.
Right, face, present, arms.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Remain standing for the Texas pledge. Honor the I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Remain standing.
Order, arms. Side, face. Colors, pose. Colors, adjust. Present, arms. Order, arms. Bow, face. Color guard, retreat.
You may be seated. Let's give a big round of applause to the CC Winn High School, CC Winn ROTC for making the effort to be here this morning. Each and every year, chapters and councils from around the country are encouraged to plan a special project to show how student leaders possibly impact the schools and communities. At CC Winn High School, Student Council has organized an appreciation luncheon to honor the students that have been elected, appointed, or that have stepped up to the challenge of leading a group of students to greatness. Let's give them a round of applause. National Student Leadership Week is a theme-based week dedicated to recognize and supporting the important role of student leaders since 1972. The 2017 theme is Making a World a Difference, a theme that is rooted in a 2-year student leadership initiative currently underway focusing on global citizenship, aiming to encourage students to think globally and act locally to make a difference in their schools and communities and beyond. So today we are gathered here to recognize your efforts, but most importantly to thank you for contributing to CC Winn High School and its greatness. You may clap. But many of our accomplishments could not have happened without the help of our administrators. At this time, we would like to welcome our special guests that are joining us this morning. Starting off with Mr. Gilberto Gonzalez, Superintendent of Schools. Our school administration, starting off with our principal, Mr. Jesus Diaz-Weber. Assistant Principal, Mr. Matthew Uriegas. Assistant Principal, Ms. Aide Jimenez Hernandez. Assistant Principal, Mr. Juan Jose Mendoza. Our Dean of Instruction, Ms. Rosalinda Jimenez. Our Instructional Officer, Mr. Jorge Benavides. Joining us this afternoon is our Honorable City Mayor, Mayor Ramsey English Cantu, and Chamber of Commerce President, Mr. William Davis. I'm sure everyone is hungry and ready to eat, so at this time, sit back and enjoy a delicious meal we have prepared just for you. All right, so how was lunch? Delicious. Well, this is just a little treat from us, and we thank you all for the hard work, so hope you all enjoyed it. At this time, I ask our principal, Mr. Jesus Diaz-Weber, for a short address. Let's give a big round of applause for Mr. Diaz.
Thank you, Pablo. Thank you so much, and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you to the Student Council for providing this luncheon and this event to recognize the accomplishment really of all the presidents of the different clubs and organizations that we have on campus. You are the driving force of this high school. You do everything that it takes for the students and teachers to be on the move all the time with your ideas, with your events that you sponsors. Well, a lot of things that you all do, and I want to thank you on behalf of my staff and the rest of the teachers and counselors that work here at CC Winn. Mr. Gonzalez, thank you so much for being here this afternoon. I know that you're always very busy, but you found the time to be with us, and we really appreciate that. Mayor, thank you. And to our guest speaker, Mr. Davis, thank you so much for accepting the invitation from the Stuco group to address the student. The only thing that I could tell you is I'm so proud of you. I am very thankful and grateful for everything you did this school year. And to those who are seniors, well, I wish you the best of luck when you go to college. And join any organization in college, because they're gonna see how well you do things, you know, to benefit the student body. So I don't wanna take too much of your time. Just to thank you, and to juniors and sophomores and freshmen, because I do have a sophomore right there that I'm just looking at. So thank you very much for everything. I know you're gonna be here for quite some time, and we're gonna get more from you, and I know that you're gonna be leading more things. So you are the leaders. You were the leaders. And Juan, your group is awesome. And I know that you did awesome things for the school this year. And NHS is always, you know, an excellent group of individuals. So, and to iVision, thank you for recording this event to the whole community and Channel 16. And I know to people from Eagle Pass, this is what you see here at CC Winn, the best of the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Diaz, for those amazing words. And now I invite our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Gilberto Gonzalez, to express his comments.
Well, good afternoon. How are y'all doing? It's always an honor for me and a privilege to be here amongst the leaders of CC Winn. You are what makes CC Winn great, you know, and I always admire you for all that you do. You've brought CC Winn up this far, and I know you can take it even higher, and I admire you tremendously. We certainly are glad that we have the mayor. Let's give him a big hand here with us. It's an honor to have you here. You were a leader when you were in school, and you're a leader now. You have taken Eagle Pass, the city of Eagle Pass, you know, to a new frontier with your progressive ideas. So thank you so much. Mr. Billy Davis, also a leader in the community. Mr. Davis was actually my student in, what, 1986?
2001.
Yes, and it was English 2 class, I still remember, and my assignment was Shakespeare. It was Julius Caesar, and they had to do a presentation, or, you know, something related to Caesar, and they did, I think it was Act 3, Et tu, Brutus, but they actually went out and got costumes and robes and reenacted the whole scene, and it was with fake blood. I think it was fake blood, you know, but I hope it was fake blood. But it was really, really amazing, and he and his group did a tremendous job. And I hope I gave you an A. I don't remember, but I hope but anyway, it's to me, it's so rewarding to see him now here being the guest speaker. But anyway, as I always tell you, even though we have two great leaders here and three with Mr. Diaz, I always see you as the leaders of the district. As I have said many times before, my first year or maybe my second year, I had a reporter from a local newspaper interview me, and he asked me, how does it feel to be the leader of Eagle Pass ISD? And I remember what I said, and I still say it. The true leaders are the students, because I'm always amazed at what you all do, your accomplishments, how much you give of your time. And really, I wish that I had taken the opportunities that you have. Not that they were not there, but for whatever reason, my interests were not in student government or leader of the Spanish club or president of the organization. So you have a head start on me, so I envision that you will do great things. But just a few things about what I see as a leader. Number one, it's a person that can shape the future. Someone who has a vision, someone who understands, the direction that you want to take your club or your organization to, and someone who can figure out how to get from where you're at to where you want to be. That's number one. A leader is someone who makes things happen. You cannot be a leader and be stagnant. You have to, be the driving force that makes or motivates the organization that you're in to make things happen. And you also have to challenge, the people around you, because that is the main thing that a leader can do, is to challenge the people around you to do bigger and better things. You also have to build the next generation, because all of us will one day not be here. So who's going to take your place? Who's going to step up? And I think it's very important in any organization, is to be looking out for who has, that little shine, if you will, in their light, their little gleam, in their eye that may be able to step up. But it's up to you also to build capacity there. And finally, I think a good leader learns from his or her successes, but more importantly, from his or her failures, because no leader can be perfect, and we have many successes, or you have many successes, but when you fail at something, use that to learn. And thank you so much for again inviting me. The meal was very good. And wish you, how many more months or how many more weeks do we have? 6 or 8? A successful, who's counting? Let me see, who was counting? You were counting? Okay. A successful 6 more weeks. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gonzalez. And at this time, I invite the mayor of the city of Eagle Pass to share a few words to our student leaders here with us today.
Well, good afternoon to all of you all. It is definitely an honor to be back here on the grounds of C.C. Winn High School and seeing so many great friends that I see in y'all. I don't see you all as students. I see you all, of course, as leaders, but as friends who have worked to make our community a greater place to live and to raise families. That is what it's all about. And what I can tell you about C.C. Winn and its leadership and its students is that they are the best of the very best that Eagle Pass has to offer. And I am always very proud of the fact that whenever they are called on, whether it is the leaders, the presidents, or their organizations, you all are the first to always give a helping hand. So I am very proud of the fact that you all continue to be that driving force behind every opportunity that the city asks for. You all are always there. And I hope it's not because, Student Council has been an exceptional group to work with, that they're not pushing anybody else to do it, but that you all are doing it because you truly care about your community. And I'm so honored to work with each and every one of you all. The administration here, I think at C.C. Winn has focused on that for a number of years, and I congratulated Mr. Diaz for that the other day at the National Honor Society banquet, where the induction ceremony, where they inducted a number of members there. And as I see CC Winn evolve, it is truly beautiful to see that leaders have come and gone, but you all have continued to produce greater leaders. And that is what is key, as Mr. Diaz and Mr. Gonzalez mentioned. We have to continue promoting that, and I know that you all will continue doing just that. So I'm very proud of the fact that you all will continue to work with all of us. I know that as leaders and as an individual who has worked since the early years of being under the student council days when Mr. Davis was my student council sponsor. Because of sponsors like Mr. Davis and sponsors like Ms. Olivares and Mr. Rocha, who have given so much time to the students, this is why we succeed. It is because of people like them and because of people in administration that give so much of their personal time to assure that we are successful. So to the sponsors and to the administration, first, I want to say thank you for what you're doing for these students, and I think that they deserve a hand for their efforts. Now, Mr. Davis, they already gave him away. He's 1986. They were talking about classes, okay? Mine was 2002 when he was my sponsor. So I'll tell you, that's going to give his age away even more. But, you know, when we talk about leadership, the only thing that I can tell you all is that remember, every time that you all speak, every time that you all talk to someone, you all are auditioning for leadership. So always remember, think about what you all are doing. Think about how you portray yourself, and always think about how you can make yourselves and your organizations greater. Because all we always want is to be greater leaders and to have a greater community. So to all of you all, thank you so much for your commitment to CC Winn, but most importantly, thank you for your commitment to the great city of Eagle Pass. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Mayor Cantu, for those amazing words. Douglas MacArthur once said, "A true leader has a confidence to stand alone, the courage to make tough decisions, and the compassion to listen to the needs of others. He does not set out to be a leader, but becomes one by the equality of his actions and the integrity of his intent." Our great speaker for this afternoon is a person that served as student council sponsor during his tenure as an Eagle Pass High School teacher. He ran and was elected to the city council of the great city, and as businessman, he serves as a member and as president of the Eagle Pass Chamber of Commerce. Please help me welcome our motivational speaker for today, Mr. William Davis.
Thank you, Pablo, for those kind words. And no wonder I've always liked you, because you used my quote that I'm about to use in a little bit. But I'm going to be real honest with you. As we were sharing lunch here at this great table and reminiscing a little bit, the message that we're all delivering, you're going to probably think that we all got together probably a day ago and probably planned what we're going to say. But you know what? Those are all heartfelt words. So we're not here just to try to give you a canned speech, if you call it, but it's to share our vision of what we see with you. But once again, I thank you for the invitation, and it's truly an honor to be here. So good afternoon, administrators, superintendent, mayor, student leaders. I'm truly honored and humbled to be amidst such a distinguished group of young leaders of CC Winn High School. More than a decade ago, I had the distinct honor to be part of the faculty of this fine educational institution and work alongside student leaders just like each of you. As we gather here this afternoon and recognize the accomplishments many of you have attained as leaders of your respective organizations, I dare to remind you that this is nowhere near the end, but only the beginning of greatness of what the future can hold for each of you. For only you know the path you will take and create, so choose wisely. And never expect it to just happen. You have to make it happen. Create the world you want to live in and leave a positive legacy that you will be proud of. As young leaders, you are faced with many challenges that might cross your path, as well as the opportunity to make the important decisions that could enhance your journey through life. Always remember that being a leader bears a lot of responsibility, so make wise choices. Do what you say you will do, practice what you preach, and always stand up for what you believe in. And as Pablo and Douglas MacArthur once said, a true leader has the confidence to stand alone, the courage to make tough decisions, and the compassion to listen to the needs of others. He does not set out to be a leader, but becomes one by the equality of his actions and the integrity of his intent. I know we have leaders in this room at all grade levels, but primarily comprise a lot of many graduating seniors. But remember, the school year is just not over just yet. What was it, 6 weeks, right? You have the distinct responsibility to leave the halls of C.C. Winn High School better than when you first arrived as freshmen. And I'm sure you can remember those days. You were all a little bit scared. Finish the task. Go out on a high note. Don't ever lower your standards. Be a true maverick. For the others that are juniors, sophomores, and my ever-lovable freshmen, you have a great, let me just step away from it. I respect each and every one of you, but I always had a fondness for the freshmen because I always like to see the growth when you start as a freshman to see the polished apple as a senior. But anyways, you have great opportunities in front of you to continue to grow as a leader. Polish your skills and always lead by example. Remember, there is a younger set of leaders watching you and looking up to you too. Set this positive example, continue to lead fiercely, and finish the road to the end. And that also is a true maverick. One of my favorite quotes, and I hope that you indulge me by putting on another mascot, but is that leaders are like eagles and they are not found in flocks, but individually. Like I said, please pardon me for referencing another mascot, but it is true. All of you are like an American eagle. Great individuals and leaders. The only difference is today we are all here together, not as a flock, but rather as mavericks. And these mavericks have assembled and are ready to blaze a bright new path. Take your maverick pride with you wherever you go. Remember to always represent yourself, your family, your city, and especially Winn High School with pride. Do so by being the true leader that each of you are. Just never forget that even though you and we are all free to make your own choices in life, we are not free from consequences of our choices of action or actions. Every action has an equal reaction, so choose carefully, choose wisely, make smart decisions, so that you will not look back with regrets, and always do what is right. As leaders, we sometimes get faced with a daunting task of having too many things to get done. But never forget that you are a leader you are not a leader if you are a team of one. Every one of your organizations are equally important and have something to contribute. As the saying goes, there is no I in team. After all, organizations are much more likely to perform well when their people work effectively as a team. This is because good teamwork creates synergy, where the combined effort of the team is greater than the sum of individual efforts. As well as enhancing organizations' performance, good teamwork benefits individuals too. A team that works well together understands the strengths and weaknesses of each team member. These are lifelong skills that many of us as employers look for in job applicants. One of the benefits of a strong teamwork in the workplace is that team leaders and members become proficient at dividing up tasks so they are done by the most qualified people. Important teamwork skills in the workplace include helping and guiding, persuading, sharing openly and willingly, being an active participant, being flexible, and showing commitment. As leaders, we also tend to want to do more and push ourselves to the limits. And there's nothing wrong with that, as long as we do not overwhelm ourselves. Don't allow the doing too much to control you and bring you undesired additional stress that we do not need. Do what you can, do what you will, but do it the best that you can. In today's society, and for decades, unfortunately, bullying has been widely accepted. And I applaud you because, as I've heard through different medias, that you have been taking measures to address the horrible issue of bullying on your campuses. To further overpower the negative of bullying, I challenge each and every one of you to compound the positive with random acts of kindness. Good always prevails. That random act of kindness will and can change the life of the recipient. So in closing, I'm going to leave you with a short story of random acts of kindness. Mr. Phillips was getting ready to leave his office, and he remembered that his wife had asked him to bring a kilogram of bananas home. When he stepped out, he saw an ill-looking old lady across the road. She was selling fresh bananas on the street. Mr. Phillips usually buys bananas from a grocery shop a few blocks away from his office, but since he was in a hurry to reach home today, he thought about buying them from across the road only. He went over to the old lady and asked the price, and she quoted him at $7 per 1 kilogram of bananas. And he told her, "But the store I usually buy from gives them to me for $5 a kilogram. Can you not give me the same price?" The old lady told him, "No, sir, I cannot afford to match the price. I can sell them to you at $6 per kilogram. That's the best I can afford to give you." Mr. Phillips told her, "Well, then never mind." So he left in his car towards the usual grocery shop. He went inside and picked up a good bunch of bananas. He went to the cashier to pay for them, but when he was surprised when the cashier told him that the price per kilogram was $10. He told the cashier, "I've been buying bananas here for some time now and years, and this steep price increase, can't you afford to offer me a better deal for being a loyal customer?" The manager overheard him and came there, and he told Mr. Phillips, "Sorry, sir, but our prices are fixed. We do not bargain." So Mr. Phillips felt a little bad with that flat attitude. He thought for a second and put the bananas back. He went back to the old lady. She recognized him instantly and told him, "Sir, I can't match that price. I won't be able to earn a profit." Mr. Phillips told her, "Don't worry about the price. I will pay you the $10 per kilogram. So give me two kilos of bananas." The old lady got very happy. She packed the 2 kilograms of bananas and said, "I can't take $10, but I will take $7 a kilogram. I appreciate your kindness." She also told him, "My husband used to own a small fruit shop, but he got very sick. We have no children or any relatives who could support us. We had to sell his shop to cover his medical bills, but he could not survive." Tears were flowing from her face and her eyes. She said, "But now to support myself, I am trying to sell what I can afford to buy and sell so I can survive for what's left of my life." Mr. Phillips told her, "Don't you worry. You are doing good, and from tomorrow on, I will only buy bananas from you." He pulled out from his wallet and gave her $100 extra and said, "Take this. Bring more different fruits to sell tomorrow. Consider this an advance payment for fruits, and I will be buying from you. You can earn more if you have more choices of fruits to sell." The old lady thanked him. Later, he recommended many of his colleagues to buy fruits from this old lady, which they did. And with the support from Mr. Phillips and many other buyers, she's made a better living. You have the power to change someone's life with a random act of kindness, and each of you have the ability to do so. I challenge you. Take my challenge. Have a good day.
Mr. Davis, come back forward to the podium, please. On behalf of CC Winn High School Student Council, we thank you for this opportunity, and we would like to present you with this certificate.
Appreciate it.
And
Thank you.
thanking you. Hey, let's stand in front of the podium.
This was my citizen over here.
All right, thank you, Mr.
Thank you very
Davis.
much.
Mhm.
Thank you.
All righty. we come to the recognition of our school student leaders. I invite our special guest to join us up here in the front for the presentation of awards and medals. Please step forward. Students, when I call your name, please step forward to receive your recognition. En este, faltó este nomás. Starting off with head drum major Cristina Gloria. Color Guard Captain Vianney Gonzalez. Cadet Colonel of ROTC, Rebecca Montoya. Cheer Captain Natalie Franco. Silverline Captain Mar Corral. NHS President Juan Ortiz. Drama Club President Nicole Olguin. Spanish Club President Marcela Oviedo. Art Club President Yanis Robles. President of Cosmetology Jennifer Gonzalez. FCCLA President Eileen Parra. Freshman Class President Luis Avila. Sophomore Class President Elian Montemayor. Junior Class President Yasmin Rodriguez. Senior Class President Angel Garza. HOSA President Melissa Okura. Kura. Sorry for that. Yearbook Editor-in-Chief, Angel Garza. Winter Guard Captain Jose Morales.
Winn Student Council President Pablo Garcia, Jr.
The National Association of Student Councils promotes and provides leadership opportunities to prepare and empower students to serve their schools and communities. The CC Winn High School Student Council wanted to showcase the student leaders that head the many organizations that make our school and our campus a success. On behalf of our council and administration, faculty, and staff, I thank you for your service. And for those of you that are seniors, we wish you nothing but the best in your future endeavors. And for those of us that are young and still here, we have a lot of work to do next year and the following years to come. So I am excited to work with you all, and let's go. Let's keep driving this school into greatness. So enjoy the rest of your day, con el favor de Dios as well. We're going to be here next year. So enjoy the rest of your day, and this concludes our annual Leadership Luncheon.